there's tens of thousands of people. I mean, we're going to have, many, many tens of thousands. The line is already miles long trying to get in. And I don't leave until tomorrow late afternoon. And we're going to have a great time in Waco. We're going to have a great time in Texas. I won Texas by a lot 2 times, as you know. And we have tremendous support in Texas. We have a lot of the congressmen are coming. A lot of the great people in politics are coming. And most importantly, the people of Texas are going. It's going to be a very big rally.
And that is Donald Trump on Newsmax just a few hours ago, previewing what we can expect at his rally today in Waco, Texas. He is not letting his legal issues get in the way of his 2024 campaign. Let's bring in former senior advisor to President Trump and CEO of Getter. There he is, my friend, Jason Miller. Jason, I can't wait to see this rally and what President Trump is going to say today after all this stuff with Alvin Bragg and all the headlines. What do you think we'll hear from him in Waco?
Well, Rita, thanks for having me on. I was just looking at my phone at the pictures of the line already starting to form in Waco. It goes on. It looks like it goes on for miles. This is a lot of people who are coming here. Waco, centrally located in San Antonio and Houston and Austin and Dallas, Fort Worth. And I think what you're going to hear President Trump hit on today is really that deconstruction of the deep state, whether it be the Soros-appointed or backed DAs, the injustice system, the unelected bureaucrats, the Wall Street insiders, this whole rigged system that President Trump ran against in 2016 and fought against in 2020. He's really going to put a fine point on that today in Waco. And I'm guessing you might also hear him touch on Alvin Bragg.
Yeah, I would think we're going to hear a lot about Alvin Bragg. I bet he's going to go off script. I bet he's going to lay into him. And his crowd wants to hear that, too. I mean, I think there's been this sense around the country. And I've talked to, I feel like so many, different legal pundits, even in the last week or so, Jason, on both sides of the spectrum, on conservative and very liberal ones. I haven't had a single one say to me that this is a strong case. So what do you think he's going to say about Alvin Bragg today?
Well, I'm going to leave that part up to him, as I never want to speculate about what the president will go into on those types of matters. But I think the American people are looking at this, and again, whether they're Democrats or Republicans, saying President Trump didn't do anything wrong. This clearly looks like a witch hunt. And then most importantly, this is clear election interference. This is being done simply to influence the 2024 campaign. And the only person I think this is really going to benefit is Joe Biden. And I think that's the thing that a lot of the mainstream media tends to overlook, is the fact that this is being done to help Joe Biden.
Is there any doubt in your mind that if President Trump wasn't the front runner on the GOP side and he didn't throw his name in the hat again and through the ring again, that they wouldn't be going after him now? Does he and everybody in his camp basically feel that way?
Yeah, no, and that's a really smart point. They've been coming after President Trump since he came down the escalator at Trump Tower, whether it be Mueller, Russia, Ukraine. It just goes on in perpetuity. And it's all designed not just to get at President Trump, Rita, but to get at his supporters, the MAGA movement. This is really who they're trying to combat. They want to make sure that someone who's anti-establishment, anti-rigged system like President Trump doesn't make it back to the White House. And that's why this movement just grows more powerful each day. You're going to see it tonight right here on Newsmax, first big campaign rally of the 2024 cycle. Another thing to keep in mind, no one else can do this. There's not another candidate, Republican, Democrat, probably even in the history of American politics, who can put together these types of crowds. It'll be a show of force.
Yeah, there is no doubt. And as you talked about, a huge line already starting. Jason, do you think also some of these investigations, and particularly as we're looking at the Alvin Bragg case, that this is backfiring and emboldening his base? We were seeing some reports, I think it was the first 3 days after he came out last Saturday and said that an arrest was coming. He raised, it's been reported, $1.5 million. Is there a sentiment that people are saying this is a witch hunt? And even if somebody wasn't even sure, I know some people who are like, I'm not sure I'm going to vote for. And after they saw what's been happening in the last few days, they're like, I'm going for Trump now.
Well, you make another really good point, and that's the fact that in the real world, i.e. not what the mainstream media is covering, we have a banking crisis. This Biden banking crisis is bad, bad news. It's not just the Silicon Valley liberals and some of the wokesters. They're banks that are in real trouble. It could potentially go into community banks, banks all around the country, inflation that's through the roof. And I think most normal people, the pocketbook voters, are saying, hey, media, quit worrying about that. Let's worry about the guy who's at 1,600, the guy who doesn't even know if he's in China or Canada or even probably what day of the week it is. This is a real problem. It's embarrassing, not just for people here at home, but all around the world. And that's why they're coming after President Trump, because he's going to go and get rid of Joe Biden.
Yeah, and you bring up some really important points. I mean, we've got that. We were just talking about China. We've been talking about Iran. We're talking about our open southern border. There's so many things right now. And yet this DA in Manhattan is spending so much taxpayer money on an issue that even a lot of liberal pundits say is just not there. Jason Miller, great to have you here and good luck at the rally. Thanks so much.